Hi, YouTube friends. It's Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining me today. So first of all, I just want to say that this was not the video I wanted to make today. I wanted to make a different video and I started last night. But when your guides want you to do a video and you're supposed to do a video, or you can extrapolate this to any part of your life, you will do what is best for you on your path. For whatever reason, I wasn't supposed to make the other video I've been trying to make for 12 hours. My light stand broke in my hands. The light wouldn't work. The video wouldn't work. The whole time they kept telling me, no. You know, like a parent says, no. But you know, there's something about me that I'm not proud of, that when someone tells me no without any reasoning, I mean, if you want to reason with me, that's fine. I'm not an idiot. Susan, don't stick your hand in that bed of fire ants. Okay, got it. No problem. Thanks for telling me. But if you just say no, it just kind of makes me stubborn. And I just think that I can do it anyway. So 12 hours later, here we are with a different topic, the one that they wanted me to talk about, which is Bill Barr. God only knows, there's a lot to talk about with this man. He is nefarious, doesn't begin to describe it. So Bill Barr, right now, you know what? Bill Barr's been missing. Have we seen him? Have we heard anything about him? He's basically been very low key. Surprising, because we have 1 week before the election. So where is Bill Barr and what is Bill Barr up to? Well, first of all, I can tell you some facts. That is that Bill Barr has been visiting very small police departments that would be under 100,000, under 150,000 population, in the middle of nowhere. And the only reason I know this is because he visited a police station close to me. And I thought, that is the weirdest thing. It was a suburb of Houston that he visited. He didn't visit HPD, Houston Police Department. He didn't visit, San Antonio or Austin or any of the bigger cities. He literally visited a very small, wealthy, mostly white suburb. And the only reason I know that is because that police department shared it on their Facebook and somebody shared it. And so I saw that and I thought, that is so strange. And this was 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, we're in the middle of the most critical part of the election. And instead of dealing with all the things that are happening right now, all the vote blocking, all of the, my God, these voting cases have gone through the courts right and left. Bill Barr is nowhere to be found. He's visiting small police departments. So let me just tell you, my guides are on me about this. They want me to talk to you about this. So here's the thing. Here's what they're saying. First of all, whereas Pence and Trump have some illness energy around them, and I mean not mentally ill, which we won't go there right now, but literally their health is questionable. Their health is very questionable. Barr is like the Energizer Bunny. His energy looks like, when I see him energetically, his little round body, but his legs are like just going like this, like a hamster. Like he's busy, 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 busy. So here's the thing. Bill Barr has had a falling out with Trump recently to a degree. We know that. We've heard that on the news through various leaks, right? But what we don't know is that Bill Barr has his own agenda. His agenda is not necessarily always Trump's agenda. Trump is just the puppet. Putin uses him for his agenda. Barr uses him for his agenda. The Republicans ride on his coattails when it suits their agenda. They're jumping ship right now. So everybody has figured out that they need to take care of their own agendas. Look at Putin. Putin has come out and said he does not agree, does not have any factual evidence to lend to this whole thing about Hunter Biden. Putin has literally come out on Joe Biden's side all of a sudden. So why is that? Because everybody's jumping ship. So what Barr is doing is he's jumping ship. He is tending to his agenda, which is apparently to make sure that despite the fact that Trump is going to lose, that there are pockets of Republican, and not only Republican, but this specific type of Republican, this specific type of almost authoritarian Republican, the pro-police at any cost Republican. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news. Newsflash, interrupting this video to let you know that I am not against the police. Just because I say that Barr is pro-police, what I'm trying to say is that he is pro people he can coerce and, manipulate. And some police officers, as in all people, we're all people, right? Some people can be coerced and manipulated. Fact of life. My nephew's a police officer. My uncle was a police officer his whole life before he passed away. I am pro-police. Do not get the wrong idea. Now we return back to our normal programming. Thank you. That's why he's visiting these police departments, number one. Number two, because after this election, and I just have to tell you, all of us are seeing that Biden is going to win. I believe that he's going to win. I do believe it's going to be contested because I think Trump will contest it until the cows, jump over the moon. I mean, that's just Trump. He does not give up until he has to. So you can expect it to be contested. But why isn't Barr involved in that, right? He's involved instead with sneaking around the country, taking pictures with all these small police departments because he wants to instill his connection to these police departments. They're going, this type of Republican, the militias, let's just call them the militia Republicans. Okay. Because honestly, there are some sane Republicans out there. They're all voting for Biden. And in 4 years, they'll vote for their person, and that's fine. I wish we would go back to being regular Democrats and regular Republicans and have our regular differences. But we're not there. We have been co-opted. The whole country's been co-opted by a crazy person that's, power hungry and also being prodded along by whatever money comes in. So we're not normal Democrat Republican right now. However, I digress. So back to Bill Barr. Bill Barr wants these militias, basically, if you can think about pockets throughout the United States, he wants these militias to take a stronghold in each of the cities. This is what the guides are telling me right now. So if you go back and you look at the white supremacists, the skinheads, we used to call them skinheads, right, in the 80s and 90s. Well, then do you realize that they did a complete makeover on themselves? You can look it up. They did a makeover on themselves. They started wearing ties and shirts to look like more acceptable, citizens. They wanted to get jobs. And more importantly, they wanted to get on your city council. They wanted to get your mayorship. They wanted to get your senator, your state representative. They wanted to have their agenda take effect from the inside out. The Trojan horse analogy, basically. They want to come in to your local city government and take root and then grow their power that way. And that is what Bill Barr is doing right now. He is facilitating this by going before he's out of office, before he's no longer Attorney General, and he's just Joe Schmo, Bill Barr. He's going to your community and he's making sure that he has the support. He's taking down names. He's taking down numbers. He's creating a network. He's creating a network. So this is why my guides wanted to talk to you today about Bill Barr. It's really important for you in your community, in your little community, in your big community, wherever you are. It's important. If you're a Republican, it doesn't matter. If you're a Democrat, it doesn't matter. You don't want these kind of people in charge of your community, because they're not for America. They're anarchist. They're for their own version of America, which has nothing to do with the Constitution, nothing to do with the Bill of Rights, nothing to do with the way we govern. I truly believe that. That's what my guides are telling me to tell you. It's a warning. They want me to get this warning out that you guys need to be prepared to become active in your local communities. We can't. And you'll see this anyway. I promise you'll see this. I mean, 2 weeks after the election, you're going to be going, Susan, what the heck? Because even though Biden wins, we still have this 20% of Americans that have been programmed, literally been brainwashed. And I got to tell you, they believe this with their whole heart. The screen just flickered. That's crazy. I don't know if that was on the recording, but it was crazy what just happened. They believe with their whole heart, you guys. This is serious. I got to really be serious with you guys. These people truly believe that liberals are evil, that Democrats are evil, that we're really trying to take over America and ruin it. They really believe this with their whole heart. So what that means is that they're going to throw down their lives for this. And I'm not kidding you guys. I'm really not. This is what they showed me after the election, is pockets of militias popping up all over the place. In a previous video that I did about after the election, the 2020 election, I said that the National Guard was going to be situated throughout American cities. And right now in Texas, they're deploying the National Guard to Austin and Houston and San Antonio, all of the Democratic cities. They're deploying the National Guard. People think this is the reverse. I think people have it wrong. People think that it's they're going to squash our rights, but I think it's actually because Biden is going to win and these militias are going to come out. And it's just like I said in my other video, what they show me is these militias coming out and intimidating people. So if they can't, if they can't outright engage in an actual protest and make it violent, then what they will do is they'll get their rifles and their automatic rifles, whatever they are, the guns, the ammunition, and they'll go stand in front of the post office and stare at you. They'll go stand in front of your grocery store and stare at you. They'll stand in front of the local farmer's market, wherever, and stare at you and intimidate you. And is that wrong? Is that legal? Is that illegal? It's not illegal. They're doing, quote unquote, their second right, amendment rights, but it's intimidating and it's going to have a chilling effect on economies. And so we have to deal with this. We can't let this go. Just because Biden wins does not mean that the war is over. It means the war has begun. The real war has begun. I can't be more honest with you guys. I've had people from Ireland contact me through these videos and say, America is getting ready to go through what we went through. We pray every day that it doesn't happen, but we see it. We can recognize it. You're going to go through what we went through with the IRA when we had these pockets of people that believe so strongly in their convictions that they bombed cities and they hurt people. And, we don't want to go there, folks. We don't want to go there. We want to unite this country. We want to bring everybody back together. So I'm telling you this about Bill Barr because it's actually more important for you about your community, about becoming involved in your local community. But I also want to say one more thing. Seriously, after the election, it's going to be Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump. It's really Biden. But the way it's going to look, the way that Trump is going to portray it is that the results are fake and that it really is Trump. So he's going to throw everything into a confused mess because the truth of the matter is that it's going to be overwhelmingly Biden and the news stations are going to be confused about how to deal with it because they're looking at the numbers and the numbers clearly show that Biden won, but we have a president who's challenging those numbers. So it's going to be very confusing. It's going to raise our level of anxiety higher. And I'm sorry to say that, but I'm telling you guys, forewarned is forearmed. So what I want you guys to do, first of all, is to go stock up on food and stuff so you don't even have to, just don't go out on Tuesday. I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't do anything personally. My calendar's clear. I'm going to be right here because my guides have shown me what it's going to look like. Obviously vote. If you haven't voted yet, please vote. Please vote. I've already voted. For those of you who have voted, please stay home. Now, if you're in a red area, a super red area, you're going to be fine. I mean, sadly, you're going to be fine. They're not going to, they're not focusing on that. They're focusing on the blue Democratic cities. They're focusing on the blue Democratic and communities. And those, of course, oftentimes have more minorities or more Hispanics, more blacks. whatever. And so those people are really at risk. If you live in an area like that, please don't protest. Please don't get involved in this. These people have guns. These people are not in their right minds. They really aren't. And I see violence. I don't want you to be part of it. It's not worth it. You're not helping the situation, okay? Because honestly, the National Guard for your state is going to come in and quell it. And you don't want to be part of that. You don't. Just let these idiots show their faces. Let them take responsibility for their own actions. Let them be the only ones out there creating a ruckus so that they get taken down. We don't need to be a part of that. We're going to come out of this on top. We're going to get this together. We really are. But for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be dicey. So I want you guys to be safe, okay? And obviously wear a mask because COVID-19 is raging. And then pretty soon you're going to have people getting COVID and flu at the same time. And it's a really tough time right now. I wish I had better news for you. My better news is that Biden is going to win and that everything is going to be okay. But for the next 30 days, we basically need to sit it out. We just need to sit it out. Turn off the news, turn off everything that makes you anxious. Go outside, enjoy some nature, or begin a new hobby. Use YouTube to find a new hobby. Do what you have to do to take care of you. Hopefully this was a helpful video. I want you guys to become involved locally 30 days after the election. For the next election, just become involved. Just know who is running. Look at their backgrounds. And don't work alone. Find groups because, again, the intimidation factor is going to be there and you're going to be safer in a group. So get involved with local groups or create a local group. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to hear more videos about politics or even about energy or psychic or mediumship or anything like that, please consider subscribing to my channel. I always have new videos on there. And if you liked this one, please give me the thumbs up. Love to hear your comments and take care, everybody.